My name is Dr. Andie Reynolds and I'm the Programme Director for the MSc in Social Justice and Community Action at the University of Edinburgh. And I lead and work on a course called Working with Children and Young People for Social Justice. The course enables students to critically understand and evaluate the core challenges of working with children and young people across the globe, and it demonstrates the necessity of using approaches that are underpinned by social justice. It also provides a critical lens, including a critical childhood studies lens, to be able to deconstruct Eurocentric assumptions and practices that can affect children and young people across the globe. So to do this, the course looks at concepts such as citizenship, democracy, rights and agency, and how these are understood and practiced in different contexts across the globe. And we talk about how to decolonise social justice approaches in this course to be able to do this work well. So this course talks about the necessity of situating children and young people's lives contextually and historically, which is important to critical childhood studies. You know, and students on my course, sometimes this is their first introduction to childhood studies and to dominant, discourses of childhoods that come from Euro-American contexts. So what I do is I introduce postgraduate students to developmental social constructionist and rights-based discourses of childhood, and we look at how these are applied globally and how they impact on children's lives. But I also use the work of Leibel, Nywenhouse, Balogun-Palin, Lancey and Quijano to critique these discourses as really questioned Eurocentric strongholds that demonstrate, the dominance of the global north over the global south, and which is in line with both post-colonial and decolonial theory. So for this course, students are presented with academic and independent research and evaluation and professional practice that challenges, how these taken for granted discourses have been exported across the world and how they can often harm children and young people. We use texts such as Karen Monahan's seminal critique of early childhood development programmes and how they were erroneously applied in majority world contexts across the world, and we look at more up-to-date research and case studies that have critiqued how these discourses have been applied in majority world contexts. So while childhood studies does talk about agency quite a lot, we look at different ways of conceptualising agency as well. We look at Clocker's definitions of thick and thin agency, we look at Evans's definition of bounded agency, and Bordenarro's more ambivalent and ambiguous agency. And then we use Hanson's work, who argues that children are only recognised as having agency, especially in majority world contexts, when they're seen to be doing the right thing. And obviously that right thing is underpinned by Euro-American norms and values. So in doing this, this course provides our students with the skills to decolonise their own social justice work with children and young people, and it provides them with a necessary toolkit to make more effective contributions to research, policy and professional practice with children and young people. Thank you.